So, like all plans this time of year, it's gonna be snowing in about 20 minutes. I did a little work on the deck and I decided, well, I'm not gonna be able to run nothing because I'm done breaking stuff in the cold. So let's get another car ready to go before I get a chance to go out. So today we're going to be doing a WL144010, or this is actually a 001 that we converted over. We're running our second fastest motor, which is the XTI 3650 X-Team, 4800 kV, I think it is, 5400 kV. Now we use this in the Poor Boys contest. It got us to 68, 72, somewhere in that range. I'd have to look back to be sure. And we're running a ESC that I got from a buddy, Island RC Duke. Make sure you check him out. He's a good dude. Anyways, so you might have seen me run this early on. It's the one that I got like 28 miles an hour on when it was cold out. So and then I tried to run it again and the gear was slipping, so that was another short run lived. But what I did off screen was I got that straight, so that's good. And you see on front we got some serious droop, so we're gonna get some droop screws in on that. I got all the electronics tied down. The body doesn't quite fit, but it'll do good enough for what we're doing. And then we'll get this girl out. I think I'm gonna put the contacts on this. We'll see what it looks like. We got the 37SH 26 mils and the 30 mil for the back. Same with 37SH. I don't know if that's the right hardness, but it's the ones that I'm liking right now. So we'll get these on there. Now this one, you notice we've had this one at the skate park quite a bit in the past. It was trugified, so we're just getting it ready. I'm gonna leave the front on there in case I'd end up doing a midnight run. You guys know how I do. I go pick up mom from work, and I love doing this. Like, you guys don't realize, when you see me at night doing that, that's literally in front of the sheriff's department and the town hall and the highway department. But it's so well lit. It's like, I pay a lot of taxes, might as well take advantage of it, you know. Plus, come on, I was a dog catcher for years over there and all that, so it is what it is. So now the WLs are all sponsored by URGENEX. You'll never see anything but URGENEX in my WLs. They sell them. They're starting to do a new campaign where they're actually using our videos in some of their ads and whatnot. So you might see under my URGENEX playlist that I'm showing their cars. So we'll get these tires on real quick, and then we'll get a battery in there, and we'll give it a test pump. For these, the front, like I said, this is trugified, so I have large shocks in the front purposely, so I got super droop. But we're gonna change things. I've got one of these nice little toolkits. These things, I probably got 4 or 5 of these, and every time it gets too messy, I just buy a new one. Because let me tell you, there's nothing worse than not having a screw that you need. So I'm going to use a coarse thread on these. A lot with the plastic. I know I've had droops in them before. So, and the droops are pretty much, I'll show you. I'll do one side and then I'll go off screen for the rest of it. This is just going to be a quick one. I'm going to do these every day. Set up one car at a time. Now, supposedly tomorrow is supposed to be 68 degrees, but you know what that means? That means I got to have a bunch of other work going on too. Let me see if we can. Jeez. So you see the holes are in right in here, and with any luck, it'll be pretty easy for those guys that have never done the droop before. I just lost that screw. And you gotta make sure you got a long one. We'll go with this one. This isn't my favorite screwdriver, but it'll work. That's why I'm losing the screws. A little more light on the subject. You guys dig my new mats? I love them. I want to thank Team Broke RC again. Oh, see, that's too small. I knew that was going to happen. So I need a slightly bigger one. They hooked us up, and they're stickers. When you guys get them, the stickers for the speed run competition should be going out Friday. With any luck, if you haven't sent me a reminder email with your address, you might not get one. I went back through and I found a bunch of you guys, but man, it is what it is. My world's, you know, when you're getting I had to get rid of my old email because I was averaging 20,000 emails a day, and this new one is getting there again. Dang it. Fat fingers. Maybe it'll be easier. Let's do this. Maybe then you can see too. Oh, there we go. Maybe I can get these dang fat fingers in there. So it looks like I am going with fine thread, the larger size. These are M2 and M3 kit, but I'll put you down here so you can see it lift. And once we get one side, now we got down pressure on these because of the sway bars. And now that it's in there, I'm gonna put the turnbuckle back in. Now this is a spare parts car too. You guys see there's a lot of metal. This thing was totally metal when I was bashing it, and it was a bad idea. Just like your Armas, you start upgrading and you're just changing your weak spot. My opinion is Arma stole that design from this car, which is an LC to begin with, which gets into my feelings on Rlaarlo. You know, they can do better, and they're not. They need to stop focusing on the cars and start focusing on the customers, because let me tell you, they ain't got nothing special. Everything that they have is pretty much a redesign of something that's been out for a decade plus. WL is smart about it. They said, okay, well, we're going to give you 10 different cars to choose from, all different price ranges. Like you can get a $25, $30 WLToys that essentially functions the same. And not for nothing, take note of what they did with the X12S. Notice they went back to metal. There's a reason you use metal. There's a reason the AMX12 is not good for bashing. It's great for the track. It's great for speed runs. Past that, man, you can't bash those things. Look at what happened with Jacko Trades chassis. It just disintegrated. Now, that being said, my rollers are carbon fiber that we're building, which is on purpose because they're designed for the track. They're more expensive. You got about $10 more into a chassis. But what they like to do on Rlaarlo is they'll charge you $50 to $100 for that plus. But is it a plus? You know, end of the day, you got to decide that for yourself. What are you looking for? If you're looking for a racer, here's my true feeling on it. If you're looking for a racer, buy an LC. You're going to be much happier with it. It's going to perform even 10 times better than the AMX12. But you got to know what you're doing. If you're looking for ready to run, get your X12S, get your ZD BX12, get your WLToys 144s, your 12s. Those things are bashers. The AMX12 is not, and anyone that pretends that it is crazy. The 114s are more bashers. They have metal chassis. They knew what they were doing there. But my bigger problem with all of it is they act like they're a high end, but they're not giving you high end. They're giving you some flair, you know, per se. And then they take the things that are better, like you got oversized bearings in the front, you got oversized CVDs, but they're not interchangeable. They have a special hex nut. There's all those different proprietary things that they make. It's just so that, okay, you got 10 other cars that use the same design and you can't share parts. Not really, you know, like you have to replace this whole front end, just like as if you're putting an LC on a WL. You'd have to take the whole front end out because they're different bearing size. I expect it from LC because they're the ones that did it first. Everybody else copied them. You want to get into it even further, you look at a car like a 917, and who really made that? My opinion, it's Perfect Pass and Raz. He was highlighting it before they came out. They may have shrunk it a little bit. So what I'm saying is the cars are great. Don't get me wrong. Every single Rlaarlo I've had, I've enjoyed running. It's been great. But like my 114s, I got 3 of them for 50 bucks. Why? Because there were so many returns on Amazon. Amazon was dumping them by the pallets. Okay, what does that tell you? There's something. Here's the deal. Ever try and order a part from Rlaarlo? How long does it take? If you get it. My experience, I wasn't ever gonna do this kind of a rant, but I have no choice at this point. Early on, I reached out to them and said, hey, we're doing this competition. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for 3 cars, one for Mike, one for me. We'll promote your X12S. Now, the reason I contacted them is because they were out of stock. Okay, so that got me to buy the AMX12. AMX12, all you guys went and bought AMX12, which is great because that $89 roller, that's the price it should be. That's the perfect price point. But that's their sale price. Their normal price is $70 more. Okay, and they don't even have them. So they don't have, we sold them out on the AMX12s. They don't have any X12Ss. They do now, but the price is not the $159 introductory. And for content creators like myself, I can't afford 20 cars. I can't afford that. That's just not even realistic. So, in my opinion, for $50, I can get a WL. I'm going to put new electronics in anyways if I'm going to be bashing it, if I'm going to be speed running it, if I'm going to be running on the track. So, okay, I'll go get myself a WL14. You know, there's even ones now that, like, you'll see, I got one coming. One of the lowest ends that's all plastic parts, and I want to see what it does. I love the Rlaarlo cars. I'm not real happy with the company and the company's customer service. So, getting back to it, early on, I asked them. They said, well, we don't want to do anything right now. I was like, well, can you do anything for these guys? These guys are buying rollers. Can you at least give us parts? Because we're having trouble getting them, okay? So, oh, yeah, we'll send you a bunch of parts. And then, no, it's like we didn't even have that conversation. I went back to them, and all of a sudden, it's a whole new conversation again. This is the same person that runs the Facebook one. So let me tell you, I'm not happy with, one, their customer service. You go on that Facebook group, that's all you see is complaints about customer service. We've had guys order them AMX12s with parts, and they get the stuff thrown in one box together. That's not what I expect from a company that wants to be better than WL. WL knows what they are. They didn't offer me nothing. They didn't do nothing. They're not doing nothing for me. But I didn't ask them to because their prices are already cheap. They're already cheaper. You're already getting a better a metal chassis basher that you can beat the crap out of. You can't do that with an AMX12. AMX12, if I ran it like I run my WLs, it would be disintegrated in minutes. You know, and that's the God's honest truth. You want to run on a track, you want to do some speed runs, it's great. But you want to bash it, you want to hit a jump, you want to go to the skate park, do any of those things, you can't do it with the carbon fiber. Not really. It won't hold up. I've destroyed a couple carbon fibers. My printer screwed up. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about ranting like that, but I had to give my 2 cents. Again, I love the cars, and if the Rlaarlo 114 wasn't 150, 160 bucks, and it was down to $100 like it should be, it'd be worth it. I mean, yeah, you get some front sway bars, yeah, you get, you know, like you're getting a little more, but are you? You know, if like the roller's 169, that's no electronics. Ideally, WL with electronics, so you can get going, and batteries and everything else, you're not paying more than 115, 120 bucks. Not really, even in Amazon. Anyways, back to this. You see, I got that pretty much set. I'll probably do some fine tuning, you know, get into where the droop is. Let me go get these tires put on, and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's the rear. We'll put the front on in a second, and I apologize for my ranting, but it is what it is. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And again, I will stress this again, Rlaarlo makes great cars, and they're probably worth what they're selling it for, but not without the customer service. WL, you got a problem, you're going to get a new one because they're so saturated. So for every Rlaarlo, there's probably 50 to 100 WLs that get sold, and that's just a plain fact of life. And once you have that kind of dominancy in the market, it changes the way you do things, you know, like. And if Rlaarlo wants to get there, they got to start with customer service, because without it, they're pretty much useless. That again, I love the cars. I'm going to keep running the cars. Like Mike got me that 917. I love that 917. It's looking awesome. You'll probably see that on the bench pretty soon. But my personal opinion, the way they handled us especially, I ended up getting so irritated with it. Mike was trying to buy, so listen to this, I got to tell you the story. So Mike was trying to buy a 787 and a 917 from their website, which is a 43% off when you get both. Not only could Mike not get it working, I ended up just saying, you contact him direct, Mike, and they couldn't figure it out. Why it was so difficult just to buy what they're advertising, that's wrong. I don't care how pretty the site looks. If it doesn't function, it doesn't matter. Function over fashion, and that's what I feel like. I feel like you're putting lipstick on a pig, and it's absolutely disgusting that they take advantage of their customers like that. The one thing they need to do, above all, it's not a status to have a Rlaarlo. All it means is you paid more for the same damn thing, and it drives me nuts. I only buy it when they're on sale because it's the only time that they're worth what they're put up for. Anyways, again, that's my personal opinion because I'm mostly track. I'm more apt to get an AMX12. Now, I really, really wanted an X12S, but you can see right here, what did I end up going with? I went with the ZD, and that's for you guys, and that's because I could get them. Every time I went to go get an X12S, not only were they $30, $40 more, and that $30, $40 is $30, $40 I can't use for somebody else, but they were out of them more than they're in. So they have supply issues, and they're trying to be something they're not. I know they got a lot of hype from the big guys like RC Kicks and Beyond RC, and you know, I didn't see Kevin Talbot really talking about the Rlaarlo at all, but I did see like Tom Lee and all them, especially back in the day when they first come out, how awesome they were and this and that. And I like the cars, but until they fix what they're doing, I'm not promoting them no more. I'm not you know, I'd rather go with a company that doesn't even know who I am rather than somebody blowing smoke up my ass the whole time, and someone they can't even, like Mike ended up finding that roller on Amazon. That's a bunch of shit. You know, like, why am I going to Amazon when I can't buy it on your main site when you're advertising it a 2-for-1? So Mike couldn't get the deal that he wanted. Anyways, Mike could probably give you more on that, but I just don't have time for it. I don't have time for it no more. So take it for what it is. This is about ready to go. All I just need to do left is put the last tire on, and I'll be right back, and we'll do a test bump on it. All right, guys. So there we go. That's all we got going on for today. I'm gonna have to mess with. Looks like I got some broken teeth on here, so we're gonna have to take that out. I'll do that. This is why I like the plastic gears as well. This is an aftermarket enhanced. Metal's not always better, guys. Looks like I broke 2 teeth, which is why it spins. I didn't realize that until I just put the battery on her. So we got to rip it apart and start all over again, but that'll give me something to do this afternoon. And again, I apologize if you're ranting too much and you guys take it a little personal, but cars are the cars and the companies are the companies, and I can like one and not the other for whatever that's worth. But I'll see you when I see you guys.
Plastic cars and gadgets new, but survive is told for you. Fast and fun, we make it last. At right place, good times flash. Right place, where the action live. Remote controls, we set to drive. RC thrills, we're on the chase. Join the ride, it's right place. Stay tuned for more. For Sarah Slate to